Hi everyone. Today I'm going to tell you a story, but this one is mixed of a combination of 2-3 small stories from Mahabharata series. So let me begin the story. King Yudhishthir with his brothers, mother Kunti, and wife Draupadi lived happily in Khandavaprastha, and the subjects were very much contented with his kingship. Everybody was very happy. So many years passed. One day, the great Rishi Narada, he visited to Pandavas. When he came, all the Pandavas, Kunti and Draupadi, they paid their respect. And after taking his seat, Rishi Narada asked Yudhishthir and all the 4 Pandavas to sit near him, and he said, "Today I am going to tell you a story. Please listen to me carefully." And everybody sat there. Then Narada began his story. He said that there was a Danava chief whose name was Nikumbha, and he was from the race of Hiranyakasipu. He had 2 sons. Their names was Sunda and Upasunda. Gradually they became very powerful, and they were very weekend-minded. And to become more powerful, they went to forest and worshipped to Lord Brahma. They took severe penances. At last, Brahma appeared before them and asked them to ask the boon. Then both Sunda and Upasunda, they said that, "O Brahma, if you are pleased, then grant us the boon that we can get all the knowledge of the weapons and also the knowledge of delusion, and we both would become immortal." Then Brahma said, "O Sunda and Upasunda, the last one cannot be granted. You have to tell me the way how both of you will die. You have to die one day. You tell me how you want to die." Then both Sunda and Upasunda, they thought for a while, then said, "O Brahma, O Lord, if you are pleased, then if we both will kill to each other, then only we will die. Otherwise by no one." Brahma granted the boon and went away. So, after getting the boon from the Creator, Lord Brahma, they became more powerful, and they started their wicked minded work everywhere. They tortured the Brahmins, they spoiled the sacrificial fire, they also killed the other Danavas, Rakshasas, Jakshas. Like this, they started the worst thing. So all the celestials, they were very much scared of these two, and at last they requested Lord Brahma to do something so that both will be killed. And Brahma asked Vishwakarma to create a beautiful lady. At last, Vishwakarma made a beautiful lady. Her name was Tilottama. And one day when Sunda and Upasunda both were engaged with the other damsels in the Vindhya mountain, there Tilottama went and she roamed around them, the way that they both can see her. And Tilottama was so beautiful that wherever she was moving, everybody's head was turning to that side. At last, both of these two brothers, they saw her, and they also wanted to get her as their wives. They were totally drunk. They had taken a heavy amount of liquor and they lost their senses. They were completely filled with desires. So what happened? Both of them, they caught hold the hands of Tilottama. One said she is my wife. The other one said she is my wife. Like this, they started quarreling, and ultimately they both killed to each other. Here, Narada told this story because of the 5 Pandavas had a common wife, Draupadi. That is why, to alert them, he reminded that they should do something. That means all the Pandavas should do something by which there would never be any dispute among themselves because of Draupadi. And all the 5 Pandavas agreed to his words. They also became happy. Yes, it's a good thing to remember. So they put one rule among themselves. The rule was, when one of them was with Draupadi, nobody else, means out of other 4, nobody should go and see that. Nobody should enter the room. That was the condition they put. And by mistake, if anybody would go, then he would be exiled for 12 years. That was granted by all of them. They agreed. And they did this promise in front of Rishi Narada. After telling the story and listening their rule, Narada went away. Then again, they lived happily. All on a sudden, one day a Brahmin came to the gate of King Yudhishthir, and he started weeping loudly. He just screamed, "O king, the Brahmin's property is robbed, and this is your duty to save my property. How can I do my sacrificial fire? My kinds are stolen by the robbers. Either you do something or I will die." Like this, he screamed and he cried aloud. At that time, Yudhishthir was with Draupadi, and Arjun heard his weeping. He came and very politely said, "O Brahmin, tell me, what is your problem?" Then the Brahmin said, "O Pandavas, just my kinds were stolen by the robbers. You go and fetch them, rescue them. Otherwise, what we will do if the king will not save our property?" Then Arjun thought for a while. He thought that if I would, first he consoled him, "Don't get fear, we will do something." Then he thought, if I will go into the room of Yudhishthir, then I will break the rule that we have made. And if I would not go to his room and take his permission, then the Brahmin's kind will be gone forever. And this is also a sin which will go to my virtuous brother. So he was in a big dilemma. At last he thought, if I enter, then I will be exiled for 12 years, but that is okay. It doesn't matter if I will suffer there or I will die in the forest. But the Brahmin's property should be saved. This is the duty of a king. So Arjun entered into the room where Yudhishthir was with Draupadi. He took the permission, took his bow and arrow, and ran after the thieves, robbers. At last he rescued the coins and gave it back to the Brahmin. Brahmin became very happy and went away. He went away, then Arjun, with a very sorrowful face, with grief, he came to Yudhishthir and said, "O king, O brother, now give me permission to go for exile, 12 years exile." Then Yudhishthir was very much surprised. He said, "O Arjun, for what you want 12 years exile?" Then Arjun said, "O brother, we only made the rule that anybody who would enter, break the rule, then he would go for 12 years exile. And today I have broken that rule. So please give me the permission." Then Yudhishthir consoled him and told him, "O Arjun, you have not done any sin. If the younger brother enters into the room of the elder brothers, it is not a sin, neither your virtue is going to diminish. But if an elder brother enters into the room of a younger one when he is with his wife, then it is a sin. So do not regret doing something wrong. And you have not displeased me at any way. Don't go to forest." But Arjun said, "O brother, you only taught us that virtue is not practiced by quibbling, and I am not going to waver from my virtue. And because truth is my I am not going to waver from the path of truth. And truth is my weapon." Thus he insisted Yudhishthir to give him permission. At last, with a very sorrowful mind, Yudhishthir gave him permission and Arjun went out. For 12 years exile, everybody felt sorry for Arjun. Virtuous-minded Arjun went to forest and roamed over so many mountains, rivers, and other forests also. He had seen the pilgrimages, the hermitages. He roamed around. One day he went to the river Ganga, where the Brahmins were performing sacrificial fire. He then wished to do the same and he went to take his bath. When he entered into the river Ganga, suddenly somebody grabbed his leg. He was grabbed by his leg only. And when he realized, he opened his eyes, he saw that a beautiful girl was holding him. He asked he asked her name, and she said that her name was Ulupi and she was the daughter of the Naga king. Somehow Ulupi told him that she is too much desirous to get him as her husband. Arjuna told her that he is, for the time being, he was in Brahmacharya Vrat, and how he had come to forest, everything he told. But before he began to tell all these things, Ulupi told him that she knew all the what had happened to him. Somehow Arjun agreed and spent time with Ulupi. Ulupi was very happy and contented. Then she said, "Oh Arjun, now nobody underwater, nobody can defeat you. This is my boon to you." She gave birth to a son whose name was, I've forgotten the name. So like this, Arjun came out, and then after roaming around that forest, again he went to Manipur. He went to so many places, and one of that place was Manipur. There he met the king Chitrabhahana, whose daughter was Chitrangada. She was extremely beautiful. Again Arjun married to Chitrangada, and by her Chitrangada was blessed with a son, Babrubahana. I think the king's name was Chitrabhahana, and the Chitrangada's son was Babrubahana. So this way Arjun roamed around the cities, the forest, the mountains, the hermitages, and the Tirtha places. At last he went to Gokarna. In Gokarna he met Lord Krishna. Krishna and Arjun spent many days over there. After enjoying a lot, they both came back to Dwarika. There Arjun met Subhadra, sister of Balram and Sri Krishna. And how Arjun got married to Subhadra, that I will tell you in my next episode. Thank you so much.